Hey traders, this is going to be a recap of some live trading I did. I want to record live, but I find that it really affects my trading. So that's why I'm kind of doing it this way. Let me know in the comments if this helps you guys at all. But yeah, so we had a really strong downtrend on the market here. And what I'm trying to do with this video channel, this YouTube channel, is trying to document getting multiple funded accounts by trading the Nasdaq futures. And I'm trading $50,000 valuation accounts for $53,000 profit goal. So I already have one account. That's that first one you see at the bottom at $53,052. So that one's already funded. Now I just got to trade small size on that one throughout a 10-day period, and they'll give me $50,000 to trade with. And right now I just started a new one today, a new cash balance of $50,000. So this is my first trade on that one. We had a really strong downtrend, and part of my system is spotting, really pinpointing these huge reversals, so these turn-ups. And I have other charts up and additional information on how I trade these. So there's information on that at the end of this video and where you can get some free training. But yeah, so right here I'm just patiently waiting for it to fill my buy limit. As you can see, it's a really aggressive downtrend on the downside. So very risky for a lot of people to take a reversal at this point. But there's a lot more potential to make very good returns on reversals as opposed to scalping. Yes, you can always trade the trend. That's higher probability. But part of my system is to play out these reversals. So I'm just patiently waiting for this buy limit order to fill. So I'm going to fast forward this part for you. So I get in this one a little early. That nice topping tail on this 5-minute candle, tells me it's probably showing some weakness, and a lot of people are shorting here. So for the market makers, they're making money stopping a lot of longs out, but also trying to stop out a lot of shorts that believe this thing's going to continue its downtrend. And so that's really part of the strategy, is finding out what the market makers are trying to do, not what the overall market is trying to do. And I found a lot of success in this. So my risk to reward in this case is about 1.5 to 1. So I'm risking about $220 to make about $400. And I just adjust my limit order here to go up a little bit. Generally, I aim for the 9 EMA, which is that green moving average, and the 20 SMA is the gold one there, or the yellow one. And sometimes it hits that if you want to buy and hold. Part of this evaluation account, though, for this particular firm, is that there's a trailing drawdown. So you kind of want to lock in profits as they, as they work in your favor, and you don't want to let it go against you. So in this case, if I had $220 and it moved against me right now, it would have negatively impacted my funded account by $400. So you got to be really cautious when you're trying to get funded, and also while you're in the funded account, hitting that first $3,000 goal. And that trailing drawdown goes away after that, but it just takes a little bit more to manage the trades. And as you can see here, I'm being patient, letting it work out for me. And so I'll just fast forward this part. So I'm seeing the price break through some resistance. I'm looking at charts on my other screens, and a lot of times the 9 EMA on the 1 minute and the 30-second chart are good areas of resistance. And so this I believe is a 20 SMA. This level here that I'm placing the price at, or the limit order at, is on the 1 minute chart, which you can't see. And then here I'm considering moving my stop up again, so it doesn't work against me. And I just, glad that didn't happen, but it reversed pretty quickly. And this is normal, where it kind of, the market will move up and then back and then up and then back, kind of in a zigzag pattern. And that's healthy. That's a sign of a directional change. But sometimes the market makers, again, want to take people out, and they do what's called stop hunting. They're trying to hunt people's stop orders. And that's really part of the reason why the market moves that way. And so I put in another buy limit just in case it works against me. I want to get a better price. And this is all because of my system that I developed, where I can identify, divergence in the price and some other factors that give me a lot of confidence in saying, well, this thing reverse is still going to continue its uptrend, and I'm going to take advantage of that. So I put another buy limit on there. I don't think I get filled on that one. But in the next trade, I do the exact same thing, and it does work out. So that kind of, works in my favor. So I'm lowering my limit order because of the movement of the 9 EMA and the 1 minute chart, which again, we can't see here. Another thing you notice is that I changed my, the P&L on the chart from dollar amount to points. So I'm trying to train myself really to look at the points that I'm making and not the P&L. I don't want to trade my P&L because that'll kind of psych you out. So I'm looking at, like 20, 30 points as a profit target. And so I'll put my stop at around 20 once it kind of breaks through that level of resistance, and then look for 30 points and so on. So I'm just getting ready to do that here because, again, we have a bottoming tail on this 5 minute, or it's about to be. And I kind of want to use that as a stop. So yeah, it's past the 20. It's getting past the 20. I'm getting ready to set my stop. And this is where, if you can anticipate market moves like this, you can really reap the benefits of letting winners win. Keep on going and not take out too early. So here, there was some resistance at the top of that 30-point mark there. It might have been better just to set my stop limit order there. But again, part of my method is that the profit target is the 9 EMA on the 5 minute. And so I was going to just stick to that. So it does break through that resistance. And again, I should have anticipated a little bit of a downturn at that point, which happened. And I get stopped out for $600. So that was a great first trade. Unfortunately, I didn't get a second contract filled. So this is the second trade. So same idea. I'm looking for a reversal. I see a lot of topping tails, and actually not a lot of volume come through for where the price is right now. And so that's part of my strategy, is look at volume and see that, wow, the price is really shooting up, but on very little volume. So it tells me there's some, what I call market manipulation, what I think is market manipulation going on. And that's the algos just constraining the supply or demand of the market. And then I can see here I get filled and I almost get stopped out. But again, I don't move my stop right away. I stick to my plan. I'm up for the day. So if I lose 220, this would have stopped me from trading if I would have hit the stop. And it came so close to doing that. I probably should have been a little bit more further out on my limit order, knowing that with shorts, they tend to squeeze up a little bit more than, as you can see, the long, and it's just a tendency. So it's okay to to set it above the local high of that price, which is around 14.55, that area. So that would have been a better plan, and I looked to do that, but I kind of FOMO'd in this trade and I wanted to get into it. I saw an opportunity for a really strong reversal. Look at the downtrend on this, on the NQ. It's just really strong. Even if I stopped out here, I probably would have re-entered and had my stop above the 20 SMA, which on this 5-minute chart is that gold line. And so this starts working out in my favor, and I'm thinking the same thing as last time. Well, let me put another limit order in, but then I'm taking a lot more risk because I'm going to have to move my stop up. But I really believe in this play. All my indicators on my other screen are telling me this is the way to go. So that's part of having conviction in your trading style. is seeing the same repetition, and it's just, for me, it's a lot of the market makers trying to stop people out. So I put my limit order, I put it well above the 20 SMA. I'm probably risking the whole day. Just kind of figuring quick math in my head, which is okay for these evaluation accounts. Once I'm funded, I trade differently. But for these evaluation accounts, I do take on a little bit more risk. So from here on, I just manage the trade, again, so it doesn't go too much against me and mess with my my evaluation account numbers. And so I'll just fast forward this part so you see what happens. Here I get filled again for my second position, which is great. I have a pretty good stop. I'm probably risking around $900 here. And then I'll put another buy limit order to kind of make sure I lock in some profits as it goes down in my favor. And that way I can just trail with my my stop order. Using NinjaTrader here, it's a really great platform for trading futures. I used to trade stocks in the past, and I just found that futures are more my style. I can concentrate on one market and not have to scan the market constantly for for setups. So getting really familiar with one particular market, in this case is the NQ, which is Nasdaq 100, so top 100 tech stocks that are traded in a contract style. So you might not be familiar with that, but you don't need a lot of money to trade these. It doesn't have the pattern day trading rule, so you could trade as many times as you want. And then they have these funding firms where you can get funded if you trade really well, and they'll give you money to fund, and it gives you like a 90-10 split on the profits. So I get to keep 90% of the profits. Once I hit the profit goal of $53,000, they give you a $50,000 funded account to trade with. And in that account, you could trade, in this one in particular, I could trade up to 10 contracts. So right now you can see how much money I made with just one contract and $600. And you'll see at the end of this that it works out with 2 contracts to make about, about 700. I gotta be better at sticking to my plan. As you could see in the first trade, that the price did hit the 9 EMA, and it would have been like $1,000 profit instead of 600. But again, I don't want to go against me. I don't want to have too many resets. A reset occurs when you break the rules and go under the maximum drawdown, and you have to pay a fee. So I'm just trying to limit those by locking in profits, and that's what happened with that first trade. And having 2 contracts, though, it's really great. The risk is still pretty high here, but I'm pretty confident in the trade, and I just want to see it hit my first target, which is the 9 EMA. And it hits that. I take that a little prematurely, just get out of that. So that was about almost $300, $295. And now I set my stop. At the 20, I'm looking at 20 points for another $500. I see a lot of resistance. And what we're starting to see here is a little bit of a chop zone. So you can see in this is the 5-minute candles, last 25 minutes, it's been trading in this range. And sure, it could break the range, but a lot of times it just chops back and forth. And so in that case, I'm just setting the 9 EMA as the point where, I don't want to see it pop up above that, because it could just reverse direction from here. There we go. I got stopped out, and that's pretty much the trades I did. So if you want to learn more about exactly how I do this, how I get these funded accounts, hit subscribe, like this video, hit the notification bell, and you'll get alerts. But yeah, a couple trades. It was about 30 minutes of work for $13.45. Which is just an evaluation account, but this will be real money once I get funded. And my goal is to get 10 funded accounts and trade them all at the same time. And so, yeah, just subscribe and watch my journey. But I have some information on some free training that you can get that shows exactly how I do this. I kind of reveal everything. So stick around in the end for that. Here I put a limit order, but I eventually cancel it. I see the market, some of my other indicators are telling me to get out. So I kept the recording going, but I really just stop trading at the end of the day here. And yeah, it was a great day. Thank you very much. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end. $250,000 in funding in 10 days. And I shot a training video. It's about 20 minutes long. There's a link in the description. All you do is click on that. It takes you over to a registration page. It looks like this. Fill in your information, and you'll watch a 20-minute training where I break down exactly how I got $250,000 in funding in 10 days. So again, all you have to do is click on the link in the description. It takes you over there, you register, and you'll get instant access to the training. See you in the training.